with Jason Lawrence, the co-founder of Arqball, and you're going to show me some new 3D modeling technology, right?
Yeah, I'm going to give a demo of a product we just launched here at South by Southwest called Arqball Spin. And the concept is pretty simple. We've developed technology that converts your phone into a type of 3D scanner. So you put the object you want to scan on a stage, you download the app that's now available for free on the App Store. Again, the name's Arqball Spin. And then it essentially is going to capture a 3D representation of the object that's rotating in front of it. The capture process takes about 20 seconds, followed by about 30 to 40 seconds to compress. And then once you're done, you have what we call a spin, a little type of 3D data set that you can interact with.
And so that's just my watch. We put it on there. And you would buy this platform for, how much are you selling it for?
Yeah, we're working out the details right now. They'll be announced this week, but it'll be somewhere around $80-100 price point.
Okay, and so then what are you replacing? What would it take to create these 3D models if I didn't have this technology?
Yeah, so there are a number of companies that sell systems that do similar things, but at a very different price point. So for example, it would involve getting software for your desktop computer, connecting your desktop computer to another camera, buying expensive stages, and so it's just a much more complex process. What we've done here is made it very simple and made it accessible through the iPhone.
And who do you see as the primary user of this initially?
Well, initially we want to focus on online commerce. For example, people that sell things on sites like Etsy and eBay. We think that they'll see this as a very compelling visual asset, a way for engaging their customers to understand and really even play with the items that they're selling.
And then what are other uses beyond that?
We also see uses in education, remote field study. For example, you're an archaeologist on a dig or a reporter in some area. You don't have time or space to have some expensive large 3D scanner. So instead, with your iPhone and a little stage that's very portable and inexpensive, you can capture spins and share them with your colleagues or post them on a website and share with the world.
Right. And then are there spins that you can show me? Has this been...
Yeah, this is done. So let's look at the watch that we just made. We'll pop it out of here. So now we have control essentially over the 3D object that was just in front of us.
So this is, you just turned my watch into a 3D object.
That's right, and I can do more. I can actually edit. So for example, I'm not too happy with the crop. I want to adjust that a bit. That's better. Let me also adjust the brightness. Let me make this pop maybe with some contrast changes. Tone down the color just a bit.
Yeah, and I'm not really getting the greatest... It's hard to take a picture of a screen, but this is the detail on this is really exact. It's kind of amazing.
And you can really zoom in further and study. You can even see the watch face very carefully. You can really get an appreciation for the materials it's made out of. You can see the gold and the other materials sparkle in the light. It's really an honest reproduction of the three-dimensional object. It's what we consider to be a new kind of visual artifact that we call a spin.
And so what is actually happening here? You're creating a 3D model and then you're layering on almost like a photo synth of different images?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's a photographic process, as you can see. And so in that series of photographs, you have recovered some information that allows you to compress that data very efficiently and essentially recover some approximation of the three-dimensional structure. And so that's where some of the intellectual property resides in this. But you end up with a very small file. So this file is less than a megabyte, which means when you share it and you put it on your website, you don't have, this big delay when it loads. So you can have a very punchy, quick experience.
What are some other spins that you have?
Yeah, let me show you a couple that we've been capturing. So one thing we've been doing this week is we're wearing, my co-founder Abhi and I are wearing red shoes. And we took a scan of our red shoes before we came here so that we could show people the capabilities of this technology. We've also found that things as common as eggplants become quite captivating with this.
And you really get the light, and it really looks like like the eggplant.
Exactly. Now some of these were shot on a white background, as you can see, but we've also shot a lot in natural images. And these also have an interesting sort of emotional response because it's as if you can reach in a photograph, touch something, and manipulate it. Right. Something that obviously we're not used to doing with photographs.
Could you use this to create objects in games?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, that's not something that's available today, but certainly that's part of our thinking. We see huge opportunities for user-created 3D content. Today it's very difficult and expensive to do that. We think with this kind of technology and what we have planned for the future, it'll become easier and easier. So creating 3D models, sharing them, and incorporating them in immersive environments will be something that everybody will be able to do.
And you consider this part of what, computational photography?
Yeah, it would fit into that category. I mean, computer vision would be another term that would be related, computer graphics. And we think actually a big story at South by this year is computational photography. Companies like Lytro, hours, we see is really, coming up with new concepts of how cameras can work. One thing that's different, of course, is that we're using the camera on the iPhone, and so it puts it within reach of a lot of people that already have these devices.
Right. And where are you guys based out of?
Charlottesville, Virginia.
And what's your background?
An academic background, actually. Abi Shalat and myself, we met. We're both faculty members at the University of Virginia. Spun out this company about 1.5 years ago, and yeah, we've been building up steam since then.
Okay, great. So it's Arqball Spin, and where can people find this?
Arqball Spin, ARQBALL Spin, and just search for either term on the App Store.